Hi guys, this is Satish Kataria. Once again, welcome to another interesting session of Failure Archive, which is part of our video series where we are covering some leading entrepreneurs, investors, and celebrities to understand how they countered failure and rose above it. So today we have with us Mr. Saurabh Arora, who's founder and CEO of Universal Living, which is a very interesting and innovative platform to help students not in India but all across the world to find a right accommodation for them as well as to get additional tools that they need to live comfortably and study comfortably in an international country. So, welcome to Fair Archive series. So, as we wanted to, we are making this video series to kind of know about your journey and know about the kind of roadblocks that you faced. So, to start off, why don't you just tell us about your journey in brief?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Jagdish, and
Hi.
thank you for covering us.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know whether I'm a failure or a success, but be at it.
Yes,
I'm trying to
yes,
be on it.
yes.
If we talk about in a brief introduction about us, as a university living, it's a managed marketplace wherein we help international students, including Indian students, when they travel outside their native city or a country to study abroad. So that's what we've been doing for almost 9 years now, and we started University Living in 2016. Previous to that, I started another same startup by name of Unilogist, and I'm co-founder for that. But then somehow due to co-founder differences, I moved out in January 2015.
So,
And from last 5 years, I've been trying to build University Living, and expand and create a global brand from India.
interesting. So, talking about your journey further, what do you think have been your major milestones? Maybe just one or two milestones, personally and professionally, across the journey.
If you see my Twitter handle, right, it says accidental CEO
Okay.
or accidental entrepreneur.
Okay.
One of those.
Interesting. Okay.
Right. So running a successful startup from almost 5 years and starting as a lone warrior to have 80 plus team. I believe that is one of the milestones,
Nice.
right?
Yes.
And I'm really proud of my team. Whatever little we have achieved so far. So yeah, that is one of the milestone I can certainly mention here.
So interesting. So as you all know that no journey is complete without the roadblocks, right? And I think it is these roadblocks which actually act like a stepping stones to success for all of us entrepreneurs out here. So let's talk about roadblocks. So if you can just give us maybe one or two examples, maybe from your personal life or your professional life. Those moments when you thought that you're almost failing. You almost kind of had that sitting in your pants. And then how did you kind of came over it? What happened? How did you kind of strengthen yourself, strengthen your mindset to kind of win over that failure and move towards your next step of success?
Uh, I believe as an entrepreneur, though accidental, I believe every day is full of challenges
Yes.
and full of opportunities.
Yes.
And I firmly believe, with challenges, come opportunities, and there's no free lunches, right? You need to pave your way out, right? Even right from hiring the best talent to getting the right investor to getting the right partners. Everything has a roadblock,
Yeah.
and I guess I'm the chosen one. I get everything. You know, if I go back to my childhood till now, you know, I have a I'm more than happy-go-lucky kind. I believe I work hard and I create my luck, right? But you know, so far, you know, I got everything. You know, right from my first bike to my first car to my first house, everything. You know, and I believe I got it at the right time. But I had to work hard for it. You know, so I believe whenever I work, you know, I will get it, and that's my biggest motivation.
Right.
You know, you know, there are so many. You know, and I feel blessed and fortunate.
Right.
You know, wherein I know there are so many people out in the universe who are working really hard, right? But they still struggle to meet their ends, right? Even two meal at the end of the day. So I've been very blessed and fortunate. I strongly believe that, and when you have that, you have that, it's past experience. When you know, sort of you work hard, you get this.
Yes.
So that's my biggest motivation.
Yes.
You know, and it's been working so far.
Yes.
So. But every day is not that positive,
Yes.
right? I get things are really moving well. We moved to a new office. We got good investors. We numbers are happening. You know, so I guess I'm in a very positive frame of mind. But there are always time every second day or every now and then when you feel whether we're able to sustain it, whether we're in the right direction, whether we are taking the right decisions, whether we are hiring right people. So those question marks are always in your unconscious mind.
Right.
And but when you keep yourself busy and you keep hustling, I guess those questions take a backseat.
Yes.
And and when you even if I tell to my team, and we formally bring in university living, that we love to make mistakes.
Yes.
And we love people who make mistakes, because those are the people who are thinking out of the box.
Right.
Those are the people who are trying to be innovative and take initiative.
Yes.
Right. So yeah. So if that doesn't become philosophical, that is exactly what we believe in, and
Sure.
probably that help us taking or overcoming obstacle on a daily basis.
So I think you mentioned about two interesting things. One, there is no substitute of hard work, right? You create your luck with your hard work. So that was one interesting point. And second thing that you mentioned is, we have to just keep hustling, and keep trying to achieve our objectives on a day-to-day basis, despite the fact that yes, we will face challenges at every stage, right? To be more specific, I think you mentioned about one interesting incident of there was a slight conflict with the co-founder, right, in your previous entity, and you get then decided to start on your own, right? So you were talking that was a major kind of impact for you, or a one major decision for you, which for a time kind of overwhelmed you. But then you decided and you made your mindset that okay, let me continue my journey my own way. So can you just maybe briefly take us through that phase? What did you felt, and how did you make your mindset that okay, no matter what happens, let the past be the past. I will make my own journey.
So I follow Buddhism, right? And I believe that is one of the constant thing in my life, right? And that is where I seek, or I drive my motivation on a daily basis and on every obstacle, And I quote my mentor, Dr. Dasaku Ikeda, who says that we have eyes in front, and there's a reason behind it. That's why we don't have eyes back, right? So we need to look forward,
Yes.
right? And need to keep moving forward,
Yes.
right? And so yes, if you go back to that phase, I guess that is the most overwhelming phase. That is a phase with I have no money. I just got married, quit my day job. Realized that okay, now we'll be all set. But here I have to start all over again from a one-man team to got my co-founder, got right people, got people around, universe been supporting. So, but that time, I really I have no other option. I say this. I was already naked. What worse will happen, right? So rather than getting bogged down, right, I took the opportunity to overcome myself,
Right.
to empower myself. And what the only thing I knew was about global student housing, and I knew that I have done it in the past. I can do it again.
Yes.
Right. Yes, it might take time. Yes, I might not able to reach that level, but when you have done your hands dirty,
Yes.
right? When you have built on your own, right? No one can take that from you,
Yes.
right? And universe support them,
Yes.
right? And probably that's what happened with us, right? Right? Got the right people, friends coming in emotionally as well as helping us. And that time one of the biggest blessing I got. I really bonded with my wife. And I always say that it is her support and her her sacrifice, whether it's going to honeymoon after 2 years, and that too also as a business trip, right? Or really craving for my time. I mean, I can mention this word that going at 2 at the night, still waiting, getting a warm food, because she knew that I'm really struggling and she need that I need that warm. So it was I really feel blessed.
Yes.
I really feel fortunate. I didn't have any liability of my family. Family been supporting.
Yes.
So because of all these things, I could able to manage. I always say that, and I always firmly believe that whosoever says that I am a self-made man, no. It's about your environment.
Yes.
It's your loved ones, it's your
Yes.
wife, it's your friends, it's your parents who have supported you.
Right.
So yeah, and that support system is very important.
Right.
I guess that is more important than any VC money.
Right.
Right.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. I think again you mentioned two very critical things out there. One is confidence in yourself, which can beat any challenge, anything, right? And second, as you said and rightly said, was you need to have the right support system around you. You need to have your family, your friends, or a deep circle who can pick you up and keep moving you ahead during these tough times.
Absolutely.
So that's very critical. You have been in entrepreneurial journey for last few years, right? And you must be meeting some other entrepreneurs also, who may be coming to you for help or mentorship or guidance, So now that you have kind of achieved a certain success, and but when you see the entrepreneurs who are just starting out, who are just kind of working out on their ideas, what do you think? What are kind of fears that they feel, or what are the kind of challenges that they need to master, in their journey? If you are in their shoes now, what advice would you give to them?
So first of all, I don't believe we have achieved anything. It's just a start. I mean, just a starting. I mean, every day is a new day. Every year is a new day.
Sure.
Definitely in the fifth year, but then I mean, we just achieve a tip of iceberg.
Sure.
So by any means, it's just a start.
Sure.
And when we say just a start, and I'm myself the first time entrepreneur or first time CEO. I don't know what advice to give to others. The only, whenever I meet people or entrepreneurs or, my cohorts, as I say, we learn so much from them. No matter they might be first time or just starting off, or, they are a CEO entrepreneur. So there's so much to learn from each other. And I believe that is unparalleled, and so I don't know if I have an advice for people to give or whatever people. The only advice or only suggestion I give to my cohorts, especially who are endeavoring this journey, is that focus on execution.
Okay.
At times we get too much on whiteboard and on perfection.
Right.
Validate, keep evolving,
Right.
and as we say, think big, think fast, and we say that fail early, but trust me, no one wants to fail, right? And no matter how early you fail,
Right.
there's lots of repercussion.
Right.
So start small,
Right.
but think big, focus on execution, and keep hustling. And there's no success formula. At least
Sure.
I'm sure all these highly funded or so-called successful non-profit making startups or companies, whether they believe that they will go so far. So that's my take on this.
Interesting. Any last words for entrepreneurs who would be watching this series?
Enjoy the ride.
Cool. So I think with that, we take a leave. Saurabh, thanks so much for your time. And then we wish you all the best for your journey.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.